gosh, let's just get this over with. Ratchet and Clank 2016 reboot. One of the most insulting and boring things I've ever seen in my life. I was never interested in getting this game because I was all Ratchet and Clanked out. After Into the Nexus, the franchise just stopped and clearly ran out of ideas, even though it should have stopped and cracked in time. But my dad bought it for me because I enjoyed the games. I played through the game, there's shiny and pretty graphics for sure, but what we got is a game that's pretty much the first game, but repetitive, pathetic, and for some people, annoying! At first, I wasn't impressed with the game because it's practically the same game. I'm going through the same levels with minor differences and it's a different story. But other people, those who never played the original PS3 games, like Angry Joe, thought it's a great game. Even though it isn't, in that they should have played the original first. They should have gotten the HD remake or played on an emulator or some shit because they're full of shit and have no experience with the previous games even though they should. The story, oh please, it'll take a minute to go through. Ratchet wants to join the Galactic Rangers, but Quark said he doesn't have what it takes. Clank is a defect who escaped the planet and crash landed on Veldin, and Ratchet gets to help Metropolis, Arwen City. Why is it called that? It's pointless to change names! Ratchet saves everyone, including the Rangers, gets public attention, and Quark is jealous but lets him join. Throughout the game, it's just stopping Drek, but later at the Planetizer, Ratchet gets trapped and Quark betrays everyone, and Ratchet is all mopey and dopey until Clank is like, we can do it, they're counting on you, and they infiltrate the Planetizer. Quark attacks but regrets everything he's done, and Nefarious has been using Drek before turning him into a sheep. If Umbridge gets destroyed, the entire galaxy is fucked. They defeat him, Quark gets arrested for betrayal, and nobody learns a thing other than the Somniac being incompetent with the franchise. The story sucks, the new characters are forgettable, the old characters have turned lame, and the humor is the worst of the franchise. Oh, and guess what? There's a movie tie-in. It's got a few added jokes, a few scenes that I do remember seeing, and there's added scenes that didn't make it into the game. But while the movie is somewhat better, it's still fucking lame. Also, there's a few scenes cut from the movie that should have made it into the game, like the villain's intro, how Clank is made, and Quark being corrupted by Drek. Ratchet's a good little two-shoes with the generic I want to be a hero motivation. Look, the motivation can work if you add something to the table, or it can fit a new character or something, but it doesn't work here. Clank's kind of the same, but there's one or two things that rubs me the wrong way. Quark is the leader of the Galactic Rangers, jealous of Ratchet and joins the bad guys to get rid of Ratchet and protect the Galactic Rangers? This doesn't make much sense, and he regrets everything because, well, we gotta make the characters likable rather than interesting and funny as the first three games. Nefarious is in this, and I can safely say that he's incredibly overused. He was with the Galactic Rangers, but due to being treated unfairly, he's a mad scientist who wants to destroy the galaxy. Oh, and the most insulting character change is Drek. He was once a serious bad guy with no patience or care that means business with only a few funny scenes due to his anger and impatience, is now a dumbass with a bad sense of humor with cocky jokes that's voiced by a celebrity. Oh, and he doesn't have blue eyes. Who the hell cares? I miss the blue eyes! And to add more salt into the wound, Nefarious backstabs him and turns him into a sheep and then launches him to his own constructed planet where he eventually gets destroyed by the Planetizer. Why Nefarious? He's not that great of a villain and has been overused at this point. Just why? It was bad enough that Drek's character is botched in this, but then you have Nefarious just kick him out of the picture. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Nefarious isn't that great of a bad guy to begin with, and I had enough of bad guys that act cocky. Drek was pretty much unique out of all of them because he was a serious mofo and had a few gags, but he was still a serious mofo. Now he's just like every other generic bad guy in the series. Who wrote this? There's the rest of the Galactic Rangers, but they're forgettable and generic, and not like Up Your Arsenal where it has cowardly robots. There's a tough guy, there's a nerd, there's a tough chick. Who the hell cares? They don't help much in the gameplay either, so what's the point? I'm okay. Some one-off characters from the original game doesn't come back, and they're much more memorable than this. The humor is unsubtle, some characters are annoying, sometimes it's joke after joke after joke shoved down your throat with no air to breathe. What happened to the PS2 game's humor? What happened? Did they think it wasn't funny enough, or they felt the need to dumb it down? The original game has a memorable story, a good character arc, and Ratchet wasn't a goody little two-shoes from the start. He could be a hothead. Even throughout the series, he could be a bit angry and stuff, and there are times through the series where the two can bicker and argue. In this, they barely said anything to each other, they barely look each other in the eyes, and even if they do talk with each other in gameplay, it's bland as hell and there's no personality between them. I really don't know what else there is to say. It just sucks. Oh, and we're not even into the gameplay yet. And there's a few scenes from the story where it pretty much sums up Ratchet's character, the character development, and how dated this game is perfectly. We'll get to those scenes later, don't you worry. Okay, so like I said before, it's the first game but with minor differences, and it's dumbed down basically. There's locations that didn't make it into the remake, but that's the least of my problems. The level design is mostly the same, which I'm not really a fan of. It's one thing to travel to the same planets, but I kind of wish there are different level designs, honestly. Though that's just me. I mean, at first I made fun of the game for using the same level design. Granted, in a few planets we get something like that, and Gesper, after you get the jetpack, is an explorable planet, and Quatu is a floating city with bad air that doesn't really require an O2 mask. The O2 mask is basically optional to get now. There's the returning gold boats, but unlike the first game where you can get golden upgraded weapons, which would have been cool, it unlocks stuff for the extras menu, and if you get 27 or 28, you'll unlock unlimited ammo and invincibility. Unlimited ammo and invincibility. I like those things in Jak and Daxter games because the level design doesn't screw around with tags, and some levels work around the cheats a bit. But for this game, it just breaks the entire fucking game. The only real reason not to use unlimited ammo is because you won't level up the guns if you do so. Only positive thing to say is that it makes the remaining journey somewhat painless and quick. Speaking of weapons, were you guys expecting for the original weapons to return? Well, too bad you're not getting it! You're getting the weapons from future games. No suck cannon, no devastator, no fizzle bomb, not even the original Rhino. Oh, the Rhino is basically Rhino 5 with no 1812 overture, and it's the same design of Tools of Destruction Rhino 4. Why the hell did you not bring back the original PS2 Ratchet weapons? Why? I don't want to shoot with these weapons again. These weapons are old to play with and they've been overused, including Mr. Sircon and the Groovachan. I really hate those weapons. They're unfunny and uncool to begin with. The only new weapon in this game is the Pixelizer. That's a shotgun blasting stuff that turns characters into 8-bit models. Oh, and if you collect Raritanium in this game, you'll upgrade some weapons. Great. But it still doesn't change the fact that not including the original weapons is insulting. Some of the gadgets are back and they do what they do to get the job done. Oh, and the sections where you fly a ship to shoot stuff, it's lame too. Check this out, you're engaging Victor's ship and you can take it down within a minute. That pretty much sums up how lame these stages is, and how it pales in comparison with the original. Look, it took me a while, I did die once in a while, but it's very challenging. Also, the controls in the remake feels a bit off if you ask me. Oh, what about the Clank stages? It's better than the PS2 games, but not by much. Whew. That's a compliment, somewhat. You can double jump, which is good. The movements feel a bit natural, and the gadget bots are different. It makes springs, bridges, and power to open doors. Wait, he's got a Hydro Pack already, but not the Thruster and Helipack? That makes no sense because Victor's weakness is water. The sections I'm not a fan of is when you run away from Victor, voiced by Rambo himself, Sylvester Stallone. Why Rambo is in this game to begin with is beyond me. You're just running away, he shoots stuff at you that you have to avoid mostly by jumping or moving out of the way, even though he could clearly catch up with you and could grab you if he wanted to, but he's too stupid to do so, and he never shuts up. Oh yeah, something I did not notice until I come across the Gaming Bridge show tearing the remake apart is that nobody shuts up in this game.
My sensors are picking up a strange energy signature near the swing shot targets. I believe it may be a gadget from Trek Industries.
All right, let's have a look around.
Ah, I see you two dudes found my store. Hey, it doesn't look like much now, but it's gonna be awesome! We're gonna have hoverboards, a swing shot course.
I'm serious! It's just line after line after line after line. Why does nobody shut up?
Hey, are you dudes like hungry? Because when this is over, I could go for some food. You know, like a cheeseburger or some space pizza. I think Quark's Grub Grab still delivers this late. There's another dead shark right there!
This Lombax comes to us from Felden's Kizzle Plateau. This is his first time on Rilgar, so let's give him a warm welcome.
Boost meter filled. Ratchet activated the hoverboard nitrous system.
Oh, nice trick! This Lombax has skill. And Ratchet hits the boost pad.
The previous games did not have this much talking, even in the Future Saga. Sure, there's an occasional minute of silence, and when you return to some of the planets, there's barely any dialogue, but that's it! Oh, and this problem also ties in with the Gadgetron vendor. If you got enough Raritanium, he'll remind you to upgrade, which isn't that annoying, but...
Finally have enough votes to buy a Mr. Zircon!
Why is the series obsessed with this? Let it go! I don't want it anymore! I don't give a shit what anybody says! They can kiss my ass! Well, if you don't want them, don't buy it! People, remember the nobody shuts up thing?
Got enough bolts for the Groovatron! Come see me!
This problem is the same here. If you got enough money, he'll just keep reminding you to come buy these weapons, and he won't shut up and take the hint until you buy them.
Oh, Mr. Zircon just told me he wants to go home with you. Stop by and purchase a Mr. Zircon before he changes his mind. You finally have enough bolts to buy a Mr. Zircon. You've got enough bolts for the Groovatron. Come see me. Hey, I see you finally have enough bolts for the Groovatron. Come see me. Oh, Mr. Zircon just told me he wants to go home with you. Stop by and purchase a Mr. Zircon before he changes his mind.
Insomniac? Whose bright idea was this to have nobody, including the vendor guy, shut up in this game? Are you thinking that the kids playing this are dumb and can't figure out how to play a game and feel the need to cram in dialogue just for the sake of it, or back comedy, or urge kids to do something rather than let them figure it out for themselves? Why does the bad guys need to say stuff? Why do I need reminders? Why do I need to hear what other characters are saying if it's pointless shit and unfunny jokes? Just why? I know there's talking in the original games, but it's not just line after line after line, and there's always a good gap of silence. Ratchet Deadlocked has talking to be expected because we're in some kind of TV show, but they always have a good gap of silence so it doesn't get too annoying. Oh, and if it's to actually teach little kids that has no intelligence, the original PS2 games where it's actually T-rated, look at this right here, it's not exactly meant for kids to begin with, even though I actually played it. So you can bet your ass that Insomniac back then respected your intelligence with this series. Another thing is, I do not feel any weight in this game, especially when attacking. I can understand if it was a person or a robot that gets knocked back, but the vehicles and tanks get some sort of a knockback too? That's stupid and makes no sense. In the original game, you shoot at a tank, but there was no stupid knockback because, well, it's a freaking tank. It's supposed to take hits and keep firing. But tanks in this, including enemy vehicles, look like wimps. The boss battles are just pathetic. The Snaggle Beast is in Nebula G34 and not the queen of these crab things or something. Though, one positive I can think of is that these crabs are way less creepy, as they kind of scared me as a kid for a while. So score 1 I guess for this game.
Subject appears to have a fondness for falling into lava. Jim, let's boost the neurotransmitters and see if we can add a few IQ points to this dimwit.
Oh, he's dumb? Well, thank you for sharing that necessary info. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you for staying over like you do it all game! This is a cash grab that clearly has run out of ideas and should have stopped at crack of time! Another boss battle is where the stupid Zircon thing gets taken to another level where you fight the giant Miss Zircon. I should feel good about this because I get to take my frustration out and how much I hated the Zircon thing. But there's no satisfaction to be had with this piece of shit. Captain Quark. Well, the Groovatron does get a payoff where you actually dance and have to leave Ratchet to spin attack the ball. I'm sure some people can laugh at this, but I can't laugh because it was never funny to begin with. If anybody calls me a buzzkill because I hate the Groovatron and Mr. Zircon, fuck you guys and fuck Insomniac for the mean weapons. There's nothing else to say about the boss battles, they just don't compare to the original. The Rhino can make things easy even though Ratchet and Clank 3 there are a few bosses that don't go down immediately and are challenging, so what the fuck happened? And to add more insult, the unlimited ammo and invincibility. But I turned those things on because I wanted to make things quick and painless. Jak 2 and 3 has unlimited ammo and invincibility, but the level design sometimes doesn't really make this too easy. And I'll get to those games that I'd rather be playing someday. The challenge mode is back and you'll finally have some skippable cutscenes. Yeah, this is another one of those games where you can't skip the cutscenes for the first time, but can skip them in the new game pluses. And there's Omega weapons where you can use them again if fully upgraded. But you gotta get 3 cards in a row with these weapons if you want to unlock them. Oh yeah, the holo cards. Well, you collect 3 in a row, you'll unlock some stuff, and if you got 5 of the same card, you can trade them. I don't give a shit. The holo cards show the characters and weapons from the previous games that I wanna be playing. And there's the Rhino holo cards. You'll collect 9 of them, and you'll get the Rhino from the actual this guy. Oh, and if you visit him in challenge mode, you'll get this cutscene. Oh. Here's another big insult. The music is really bad. And I'm not kidding. They don't use the original PS2 soundtrack or even remix them for this game. I'm not even kidding. I mean, just listen to the PS2 music. Iconic music. They even remixed it a bit in the 3rd game. But instead of using or remixing this, we just get this. Well, it's good that you guys are idiots and don't take much advantage of what's offered to you on the table. Or maybe it has never crossed your mind because you guys are incompetent like this game. In fact, I got a great idea. I made a video where the PS4 music plays over the PS2 footage. I'll leave that video in the description down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you really liked the PS4 music over the PS2 version. Let me show you something. Resident Evil 2 Remake. It's a masterpiece and is faithful to the original from what the fans said. You can actually spend $3 to get the original soundtrack because Capcom likes you people and clearly wants to give you something good after they've been kind of losing their way from what I've heard. That game has the option to switch to the original soundtrack. This game doesn't. Either Insomniac doesn't care or they're just idiots. And then there's the Insomniac Museum that you'll unlock in challenge mode. The original game didn't have it, but don't worry, I can safely say that this is the worst Insomniac Museum ever. There's no extra hard levels or minigames, no cut content, no explaining why the content is cut. It's just a model room that shows stuff from previous games like the PS2 graphics quirk, the Visa bomb. You'll have to collect gold bolts to enter more rooms, but I've been collecting them because fuck it, I gotta get unlimited ammo and health to make the rest of the journey less painful! Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I preferred the PS2 graphics over the PS4 graphics. I didn't think it was possible, but I just do. These in-game cutscenes, they're just awful! This is like the Batman Arkham games crap, except this game is far worse. They're emotionless, they're dull, the limp syncing is terrible. In fact, just look at this scene and then compare it with the PS2 cutscenes.
I can't believe it, Skid McMarks! I have seen every one of your races. You pulled off a triple Nova spin at Mach 2 at last year's Kerwin Cup.
It's always good to meet a fan, little dude.
I am Clank. This is Ratchet.
It's him, Skid McMarks.
That man from the Infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw ya, screaming for help.
How is the PS2 cutscenes and graphics much better than this? And I'm not even counting the pre-rendered cutscenes, because I'm pretty sure it's taken from the damn movie.
Are you here for the race?
You know it.
Enthusiasm. I like it.
I don't see any signs of enthusiasm, you idiots! And here's another bad insult. It's small, but it's an insult regardless.
Congratulations, you conquered the Tower of Power.
It's time to climb to the top of the terribly tubular Tower of Power!
It's not a callback, it's an insult. Oh, and there's Dallas. He has no point in being there whatsoever other than to remind you of Deadlocked. Oh hey, in the hoverboard racing they mentioned there's Megacorp with protopets. But that's an insult too! Callbacks are just insults. To sum up a few things, I'm going to play a few clips. Here's the clip that shows how different and botched Ratchet is.
I've died and gone to nerd heaven. Nerd.
I like him.
Here's one for character development.
Oh my. This assembly line is the place of my creation. I am experiencing many conflicting feelings.
You're supposed to show the feelings, not tell how they feel. And finally, this scene with how dated it is.
Post your thoughts on the social medias. The kids love their social medias. Hashtag Gadgetron.
This scene, this just shows you how dated the game is and how much of a cash grab this game is. This remake is a soulless cash grab that does not understand what made the original so wonderful and timeless and literally thinks almost everything is a joke. Insomniac clearly lost their edge with this franchise. I was not looking forward to this game to begin with, but it's gotta be done. This is one of the most insulting things I've ever seen. It's an insult to the franchise and it's an insult to the fans as well. I don't enjoy the PS3 games as much as the PS2 games, but at least they have some good serious moments and don't treat everything as a joke. Not to mention, thanks to the power of the PS3, there's a few good gameplay ideas to try out, especially Crack in Time. This is just the first game, only it's lazy, dumb, annoying, and unmotivating. The reason to do a remake or reboot is to do something different and or improve on it. And it sucks at what it does. It should have been at least a simple remastered game like Crash Insane Trilogy. If this isn't a reboot or remake and it's just the first game all over again with high detailed graphics, it would have been fine. It would have been a great way to introduce the old game to a new audience. But no! You just insert lame weapons from the future games, make new lame characters, and make the old characters lame! It's no wonder why they decided to go with Spider-Man of all things. It's clear they ran out of ideas and have nothing new to say for Ratchet & Clank. Spider-Man for the PS4 is a great Spider-Man game, so it's a good thing that they decided to move on like how Naughty Dog did with the Uncharted games and The Last of Us. In fact, as much as I want Jak and Daxter's to have sequels, it's kind of a good call because they made fantastic games for the PS3 and for the PS4 even though they're different. Insomniac has never bothered to move on from the Ratchet & Clank franchise, and as a result, we end up with what is officially the death of the franchise.
No problem. See you in the next reboot.
Which will never happen. This game sucks! If you want a more in-depth review, go watch the Gaming Bridge shows how Ratchet lost its edge. I'm just done.